First and foremost, let's give all praises, all glory, and all honor to our Lord, our Savior, our power, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Qudash. All right, double honors to the apostles of GMS, those who rule well. Special salutations to the true laborers out there who's laboring in his truth and sincerity. Yalak Mara'ah from the Sheep of Raya camp. Shalom to the Akim of the Sheep of Raya camp. All right, who's diligently seeking to do the right, what's right inside this truth and push forth the word of the Lord. All right, now this article you see was shared out through the Spirit, and it says French city of Dijon rocked by unrest, blamed on the Chechens seeking revenge. So where did all this stir from? Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, and then we're gonna go. We actually gonna start way back. But before we do that, let me go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be done. So history has a repeating of itself. History repeats itself. There's a lot of catching up to do. There's a lot of unfinished business that has been going on in this world. This is why you see the uproars throughout all the world. There's unfinished business that we come back in his spirit and we have unfinished business to do. All right, so it says the thing that have been is which that shall be done. So it's going to be done again because it's unfinished business. And that which is that which shall be done. All right, and there is no new thing under the sun. So this right here is not new. All right, what this is going on right here, all right, is where North Africa, the Algerians, is beefing with France. Let's even go a little bit back before that, because you also had the Carthaginians versus the Rome, which is known as the Punic Wars. Right? You got a little map on here. I'm know a decent amount about the Punic Wars. Okay, in which the highlight was Hannibal Barca. Right, Hannibal Barca had worked with Antiochus III, because Antiochus, the Greeks, right? They wanted to take over the areas in Rome. All right, but they were not able to. They were not successful. Now, during this time, this era, Hannibal conquered a lot of lands, and he took over a lot in Italy. This is why when you look up in Sardinia, you'll see like the head ties, so-called black men wearing head ties as the flag. It's because that's areas that he conquered. So they were back and forth conquering these lands. What does this have to do with anything? This is North Africa, if you can see. You see? And these would be the areas going up towards Spain, where lie France, okay, modern day France. So these wars are nothing new. But even before that, because Hannibal Barca was an Israelite, right? The so-called black man, all right? Now you still have the Israelites that are scattered abroad due to 70 AD. During that time, they are scattered. They went to western part of Africa, and they was in the north part of Africa as well, all right? Who, right, have an enmity. Now let's go to the scripture where it speaks on enmity. Before that, let me just wrap this up. Is there anything whereof that it may be said, see, this is new? No, because all the things of old are the same as now. The only thing is that these new devices have new names. All right? A car. All right? A car itself, right, back then was called a chariot. All right? And then that chariot was ran by multiple horses, which was known as horsepowers. These cars these days are ran by horsepower. Okay? Still same thing, same concept. All right? The engine is like the spirit, you know? So, and then even to evolve even beyond that is the Lord's chariots, all right, that fly, what they consider UFOs, and what they have airplanes. All right, so it says, is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, and that's what it is. You can't remember the things from before. But these scriptures stir up our pure mind by way of remembrance, as spoken in 2 Peter, the third chapter, and the first verse. into where we are coming into understanding to know that we are the biblical Hebrew Israelites and our arch nemesis, our enemy, which is our closest brother inside the womb, are the Edomites, who take the form of the so-called whites. Now, not every so-called white man is an Edomite due to the scattering abroad and the mixturing, and not all every so-called black man is a Hebrew Israelite. All right. So the Most High, we're in this whole next level, and there's unfinished business going on, and this is why you see the uproars. And not only that is because it's spoken of in prophecy, but it is unfinished business. Esau and Jacob was getting it on in the womb. They was getting it on in the womb. And it's unfinished business to be handled. Okay, and this is why you will see, and we are seeing a lot of uproars. It says, Second Esdras 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. See, this unfinished business that has to be done. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. You see, that's what we're seeing. That's what Esdras was told. Right? Second Esdras 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which means to say before, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So these words were put in Esdras' mouth, and they were caused to be written down on paper. And now, as we read them, they're coming into tuition. And so let's actually go and look at this right here. And I actually have a little bit of footage to share, you know. But this, again, when you look at the word Chechen, okay, let's look up the word Chechens inside the Wikipedia, right? It says, old historically also known as Kit and Durzuks are as a northeast Caucasian ethnic group. Now, when you go into the word, okay, matter of fact, you don't even have to. This is the isolated terrain of the Caucasus Mountains. That's where you get the word Caucasian, right? The Caucasus Mountains. Now, in the scriptures, it speaks on people who came from the Caucasus Mountain inside of Job 30, also inside of Genesis 36, where Esau dwelt and what? I don't see it. You see, it says Job 30 and 6. I saw from 5. They were driven from among men. They cried after them as a thief. This was the point of time where they were at their lowest, where they were in the Neanderthal stage. And this is the truth. And they don't forget that. This is why they won. They're coming down so hard. They didn't forget what torments they went through, unlike we forgot. They ain't forget that time. They ain't forget when they was at the bottom, running around, being naked, eating out of skulls. They didn't forget that. Trust, they got artifacts. Because just how you're able to see the Neanderthals, they got artifacts. And boy, oh boy, when they look at that, they like, we came far. And we ain't trying to go back. And this is why they got a big push on technology and trying to keep the Israelites blind. But let's keep reading. It says, Job chapter 30, verse 5. They were driven from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. There you go. So what does that mean? That means that they are the Caucasians. And this is why they have what? When you see every damn ground, it reminds them of a damn mountain. But the ground shouldn't be made with cement everywhere. That hurts your knees. But to them, it should be. You see, they also have what? Skyscrapers, the buildings. When you look at a damn project, but you look at certain buildings, it looks like if you ever look at Petra. Let's actually look at Petra, man. You know, Petro. I might be saying it wrong. Man. I might be saying it wrong. It is just definitely escaping my mind right now. And it definitely starts with a P. But if it comes back, I will be sure to share it. It's called Mount. Oh man, damn, damn. P. Yeah, man. Oh man. But I'd rather go. Let's go here. Let's go here. All right, because this is how they live. All right. So that's what say we get. Let's go back beyond that, and then let's go even further back. All right. This is Genesis 36:1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Now who is Edom? Edom is the one who came out red, according to Genesis. All right, the 25th chapter. Right. Let's just get that real quick. This kind of offend. This is the offensive part when you remind somebody of where they came from, because they work so hard to cover themselves up in a certain way. They work so hard on their new character, you know. And now you remind them of something, and it's like, oh, don't remind me of those days. It's Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, so he was red. Because that's what they're skin, not white. All right, they're red. I mean, they come out hairy like a garment, very hairy individual. Now it says the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Okay, let's jump down to verse 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of Edomites, in Mount Seir. That's where they dwelt in. Mount in a mountain, and in caves, in Mount Seir. All right, this is what they done. And he dealt with the Hamites, as his father told him not to. This is why you see them go in the ways of the Canaanites. And what I mean by that is, or the Cumites, they take on what? They take on those same ways of living as far as the sodomite activity, the homosexuality. Um, they push, certain rituals. Okay, the Bohemian Grove. A lot, they have a lot of, they temples. They got the Baphomet statue. They take a lot of things from those Canaanites. Okay, and they live in caves. They are the very dark demonic people. And that's how they live. So what the Lord did, even before that, see, his Bible is the only way you're going to be able to get the history, because you're not going to find it anywhere else. Trust. It has been distorted. Um, this is Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Now this is during a time where he had pigmentation of a so-called black man. All right, because everyone was of a dark skin. It's just now he had to give an indication of who this monster was going to be. All right, so the Lord made it because that's how the Lord wanted it to be. You know how they, usually the evil guy got a distinct look. You know, you usually tell, hey, they call him a criminal, and that with the word crimson goes back to what? Crime, crimson, criminal, being caught what? Red-handed. And yeah, the Lord has His way, and that's just the truth. But His ability, even though and that's fair. Even though you mock and make a person that way, he gave him a talent of deceit. You see, but he had that from the beginning because he was what he had the skills of a serpent. All right, and it says, which the Lord made of the field, right? Made a field, the beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall have made. So who made this serpent? Who made him crooked? Who made him that way? Was God. So who else is to actually tell you his ins and outs, how he's operate? Is God. Who can tell you how he's to be defeated? It's God. All right, so it says, yea, have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So this is how he comes, and that's how he presents everything. You know, he presents it in a way of, oh, this is the truth right here, right? Okay, but so if you do that, but this won't necessarily happen. you know, not up front, but it'll happen on the back end. And that's just how the devil is. He has his ways. That's his talent. But needless to say, I wanted to get into Genesis 3 and 15. And it says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, We're talking about the serpent. And between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And that is what the ongoing process since Genesis. And Genesis mean the beginning. So this was set in. So this is why you've seen the Punic Wars. This is why we've seen many wars. All right. And now we're seeing the beef today. But again, that's due to what? Unfinished business again. All right. So let's go look at the word enmity. It says hostile feeling, rivalry, internal conflict. So even on the base soil of America, all right, there's this is happening. So where you have these instances that's popping off, all right, of hostile feelings towards one another. Because granted, black on black murders happen, it's not such a big thing, because that's a curse too. Our eyes shall be evil towards a brother. But it's even more hostile feeling and a more of a cry out due to, okay, so-called whites and so-called blacks clashing. And not only that, it's because they were put over us, all right, in this captivity, and this happened for a long time, you know, real quick. Yeah, so this is Salakia, right? This has been an ongoing process, okay? An ongoing process. So let's read. It says what? Can we say this is new? So this is not new. These is the same old feelings being resurfaced. The same old feelings being resurfaced. You know. So now Algeria. Where's Algeria? It's in North America, North Africa. All right, same area where what Hannibal was coming out of. And see, this situation that's happening, and which I'll play the video. All right. When you go into when you look back, I googled this article, and this was in 2019. It says France colonial era crimes unforgotten in Algeria. See, they ain't forget. Just like the other nations is gonna wake up, if they ain't forget when you drop bombs on them. Just like the so-called blacks here in America ain't forget about what? The slavery, the conditions, the segregation, the water hosing, all the different economical and physical harm that you have done unto our people. Right, that is coming into mind because the Lord is bringing this in. He's waking the people up. He's stirring up the nations. He's rising up Judah. He's going to wake up the so-called Latinos and Native Americans. All right, this is prophecy to be fulfilled, but all due to what? Something the Lord put inside him in the beginning. And all he had to do is act, and it's being activated now, is that hostile feeling of that rivalry. So you got the Karens popping up on their cell phones. I seen one where a Mexican slapped fire out of a Karen. So what is that? It says an enemy. All right, it's become enemies. Okay, enemies. Okay, and they didn't forget this either. They didn't forget this. They didn't forget when they drove 30 and 4. They cut up mouths by bushes and juniper roots for their meat. So they ain't forget that because they got that malice, they got that enmity, that evil and that hatred, all right, towards Jake from since those days. All right. So, hey, it says this right here. Let's see. Algerians still remember France's colonial era crimes despite the passage of 65 years since the outbreak of their revolution against the French colonial rule. Every year, voices raised in Algeria demanding France to acknowledge and apologize for its colonial past in North Africa and the North African country. All right. Now, the man who defeated Hannibal Barca was known as Scipio Africanus. That's who actually, defeated Hannibal Barca. All right. So when you look up, let's actually, let me get this right here. Let me get this right here. Right. The main cause of the Punic Wars was conflicts of interest between the existing Carthaginian Empire and the expanding Roman Republic. You see? That's what Esau does. It says in Habakkuk 2 and 5, he doesn't stay at home, you know, but he seeketh to what? Expand his borders. And they call him the border of wickedness. So he's coming to their borders in North Africa, causing harm. Says the Romans were initially interested in expansion via Sicily, which at the time was a cultural melting pot, part of which lay under Carthaginians' control. At the start of the First Punic War, Carthage was dominant power of the Western Mediterranean with extensive maritime empire. Rome was rapidly ascending power in Italy, but it lacked the naval power of the Carthage. The Second Punic War witnessed Hannibal's crossing of the Alps. Okay, so that is what's going on. This is what's going on again through the spirit. All right, they running up in France and tagging it up. All right, they're tagging it up, and Hannibal, all right, whose last name was Barca. When you look at the going to the word Barca, it goes back to the word Barak. And when you look up the word Barak, okay, we could just type it in. Barca, meaning of Barca in Hebrew is lightning. See, Barca means lightning. Quite fitting, don't you think? Barca also tells us about the Punic language. That's the Punic word for lightning, Barca. All right. See? Now the scriptures speak on what? It says, I've seen Satan coming down as lightning. This is the end of the empire because not how do you see Satan fall? When you see the signs that's spoken of inside of the Bible. This is how you know we at the end. The end of what? The end of a rulership, the end of an age. All right. And that is what's happening. All right. When you see the uproars of the people, when you see these different things, there you go. It's Luke 10 and 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, meaning fast, in a flash of a light. All right? And it's over. This is why he's coming down with his agenda. You know, this is why he's bringing in the RFID chip. Now, I seen one thing with the restaurants now, you know, due to they've been closed, they have like a COVID-19 type of thing where now, you know, the menus is digital. So you have digital menus where you pull up on a phone so you don't touch menus to pass them back. So when they pass it to the next person, they spread it. So they got digital menus. Now you know they got the HR 6321, all right, going into the digital currency. You know, they are dropping legislations and bills because they are pushing to move to their new world order, which is bringing them their end as, you know, as the scripture speaketh, you know, their mark of the beast system. All right, but so not to get off topic, but it says what? Barca means lightning. And what did they do? They went back and forth with wars. They had wars back and forth. All right, and that's what you're seeing today. You're seeing a repeat of it. A whole new thing under the sun. So, you know, check out this clip. And a brother sent me and was stuck out to me. Was stuck out to me. I don't know if y'all can see that. It says Saint. Let me maybe blow this up a little bit. It says Saint Apollinaire. Saint Apollinaire. And on Saint Apollinaire, they're shooting and then they're dropping bombs, smoke grenades. You know, this is in Dijon, France. Spicy mustard. See that? Saint Apollinaire. So what is, well, you know, why does that stick out? Because in the scriptures, it has also spoken of about right here. and Revelations 9 and 11. And it was what it talks about, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, right? Whose name, and the bottomless pit was over there in Europe, right? Whose name is over there in Europe, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek have his name Apollyon. And when you look into that word Apollyon, it says the destroyer, all right, the angel of the bottomless pit, the destroyer. You know, and what is about to happen? A major destruction is about to come upon this place. A major destruction is about to start happening upon this place. This is what you saw. This is what you seeing. And they said Saint Apollyon. You know, who's a true destroyer about to come? You know, was Yahweh Shai. He was known as the destroyer. Okay. You know who found sign on a host called Faithful and True. You know, he's come to make wars. You know, he's coming with a sword, and they stopped to make war with him in heaven. That's about to really go down, man. These are signs. These are extra signs that are happening. These are extra signs. Saint Apollinaire, and it's bombing and shooting, and then it's happened from North Africa into there. Why is like Algeria? Like, look at the distance. It's in North Africa all the way to France. That's a distance of travel. They're invading one another. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Second Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be a sedition among men. There's an uprising against the government. All right? And you having that all over against the world. You having that in Mexico, the uprising against the government. Well, I see some Ishkarites over there, boy, put a police officer on fire. All right? Over here, it's going to start happening. Oh, and over here, it's about to get real crazy. You know, because now the officers, due to all of these shootings, you know, being defunded, a lot of their programs, they're going to just start letting shit just go down. So it's going to get real hectic, real crazy. They already got the Bell Relief Program where individuals come right out the next day anyway. So you see this chaos is being set up, is being built. All right? It's being built up. It's being set up. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. You see? Invading one another. They rolled up in Chechens. You know, by unrest blamed on Chechens seeking revenge. Right? Members of Chechen Diaspora then set out so-called punishment raids seeking to avenge the assault, they said. After their 3 successive nights of violence. Hey, that's a understanding. 3 success. Hey, matter of fact, how many Punic Wars was there? Hey, there was 3 Punic Wars. You know, 3 successive days. Hey, man, the Lord has a spirit of war out here. The Lord, you know, it say in Ecclesiastes. I know I'm jumping around because there's a lot that's just popping in, and because there's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot going on. You can't catch everything. Your spirit's gonna move you here, there, because it's so much clicking, so much clicking in these times. I remember when the Lord first sent out that calling and actually receiving these messages and coming out to learn and to hear the word and to start teaching and speaking. This stuff was not going on. You'd be surprised if you see one little thing. I mean, it used to be one little thing. Oh man, they sent a fighter jet over there, or they just sent troops over here. You'd be like, man, it's about to go down. yo, bro. Yo, man, this thing has picked up tremendously. And you know, a beautiful video that was put out through Spirit Power Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. This wall, this temple have been being built up. The wall has been being built up. The outer layer of the wall, the inner gates is being built up. And that temple is being built up. Okay? You know, that exceeding great army of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, they're being built up. In the presence of the enemies. In front of the presence of the enemies. All right? And that's why all hell's breaking loose. All right, but it says Ecclesiastes 3 and 1 to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So when you gotta understand the time. if you see, people riding over here due to George Floyd, now they got another man who just shot in Atlanta named Rashard, right? Like a lot of death, a lot of riding, a lot of people, just like, man, screw it. Now you seeing now there's this thing where like four so-called black men were like allegedly hung or hanging on a tree. Like a black man hanging on a tree, and and the reason why I'm bringing this out is because is the Lord is picking this thing up, man. Yeah, Los Angeles officials will look more deeply into of black man found hanging from a tree in Palmdale. You see, he's hanging from a tree in Palmdale. So, with all of this going on is racial tension. The Lord is using that entity. I mean, what else could it be? It's just happening. It's happening really fast. When speaking on the contractions, I mean, they're like this. So, and the scriptures say, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right. So there's a season for us, a time to be born and a time to die. All right. It speaks on weeping and it speaks on a time to laugh. Verse 4. Right. A time to weep and a time to laugh. You can tell with the time people in. There's a mourning that's going across. RIP this person. Now RIP that person. Now, oh man, this so-called black man found hanging on a tree. A time to mourn and a time to dance. You can't even go out to the parties and dance anyway because due to COVID-19. Like, look at the times. You see, it says, I just want to get straight to the point. Maybe I jumped it. It should say a time for peace and a time for war. Oh, here it is. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. A time to love and a time to hate. So what you think we in? Or do you think we in a time of love? No, it's not showing you that it's in a time of love. It's showing you a time to hate. Because on the same token of these officers that's getting losing their jobs, that's going to jail, their families, and this is sparking up these other race hate soldiers, these Edomites, to have more ill will against you so-called blacks. To really lose their mind and say, you know what, F you. I don't gotta say that your life matter. F you. How about that? And which you have them doing that. So the hate is being more brewed up. Because Esau don't know what to do. He doesn't know how to show love. He really don't know. We were speaking out of highways and byways through the spirit. He don't know how to show love. All right, I love you. Okay. They don't know how to eat. They don't know what to do with themselves. And he's going to lose it. And this is what the Lord knows. The Lord knows that. It's just a time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. So are we seeing any time of peace going on? No. You're seeing an actual war being broken out. You're seeing a war. And that's what it was spoken of in Matthews. That's what it's spoken of in Edgers when you see uproars of the people. You see this. You can't say that it's too much stuff happening back to back with the RFID chip, Singapore, giving out wearable devices to trace those who've been in contact with individuals who had the coronavirus. Coronavirus shut down everything. The markets is being shut down. People don't want to use paper money due to that fact. So it's going digital. The whole platform is being set. The stage is set. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. It's, it's not even rumors. You're seeing it. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, one nationality against another nationality. You got Algerians slamming against the people in Dijon, France, the Chechens. And the reason why they call it Chechens because they're Caucasians. So even within that, they're just showing you we the Edomites. Yeah, we those guys. Right? And it says, and a king and kingdom against kingdom. All right, so you got these kingdoms that's going to clash up against each other. All right, and you got the Edomite kingdom that's going to clash as well, because Isaiah 19, the Egyptians versus the Egyptians. This place is about to go into a civil war here on American soil anyway. Because you got these different parties and stuff like that, and the elites know. The elites know. It says, and there shall be famines. So we have famines going on. You got the locusts eating everything up. You got cicadas coming from under the ground, waking up from 12 years, about to eat shit up. You got the damn solar minimum, solar inactivity. Damn crops growing. One day it's 90 degrees, then the whole week is 70 degrees. You just like, damn, what's going on? We in June. Damn, my damn allergies won't stop flaring up. You just like, what the hell's going on out here? All right, and it shall be famines, lack of food, lack of bread. So when a lack of bread, people are gonna act up even more because they say that in second address, but that's just what people are gonna do. And pestilences, diseases, COVID. Let's see what happens next fall. You're already putting out that, oh man, there could be another second shutdown. Why would you think everything been shut down? Who knows what the hell, like hey man, who knows what they've been doing for the time it's been shut down. And then on the back end, the flu always comes in fall. These big diseases come in fall anyway, around fall and winter. It says in earthquakes. Oh, man, don't make me type in earthquakes. There's earthquakes. Matter of fact, there was one in Japan just Saturday, and it was what? It was like 6.7. It's so much stuff to go on. There was a landslide. I think in upstate New York. Wiped out 10 houses. People died. I mean, there's calamity after calamity going on. If we used to just Google and bring all this stuff out, you would just look and be like, damn, this is like one of those end time movies. I would just to Google every little prophecy that's popped up on here. You know, if we just Google every little thing on here right now, right this moment, you know, you just tuck your head in the dirt, man, and be like, man, you know what? I just gotta live my life for the last minutes. Hey man, this is true, man. This is true. When you type in the word famine, you know, CNN is like, global. I don't even have to. They'll tell you it's biblical now. Global famines of biblical proportions, April 22nd, 2020. Come on, man. Like, we just not winging it. You know what I'm saying? At a certain time, it was prophecy. We was never winging it because it was the word of the Most High, right? And, what is a famine? How can we stop it? You won't stop it. All right, it can't be stopped. And these famines. Remember, California been on fire for the past I don't know how many years. I mean, large portions burning down. You know, the water's been going down a lot. They've been making all these damn soy fields for the cows and the animals. Now they just want to make everything these damn Beyond Meat patties because they can't feed the kid. They won't want no more meat burgers because it's a famine. They can't feed them all these gallons of waters and then all these landmass to eat grass because then it costs water to do all that. It's a famine going on. It's just not. It's just no resources to do it, even if they wanted to. You see, so these are the things that's going on, man. In the Book of Matthews and Second Esdras, not to stir away from this right here, but I just through the Spirit just want to just put it on, this just not a piece by itself. There's a whole lot surrounding it that people just have to. You just got to be reminded of, and it's like if you're being long with it, but this is the truth. Is the truth. It's a lot happening. God. Look at this, man. This is a damn war, bro. It's damn smoke everywhere. It's gunshots. People are getting shot. People are getting bust upside their head. And this is one area. Hey, I don't know I'm again jumping, but look, man. London. I just type in London. You don't gotta even type none of that. You just type in London. All right, hey man, they had they said they tried to put this picture up to make things like peace, but you had the Jake, all right. London family appeals for information after Tyler shot in the head. Damn. So now you had a damn protest. Here it is. Al Jazeera, far right protest clash with police. Far right activists clash with London police. I mean, you had these Edomites and these Jakes, yeah, the skinheads. It was out there, and the so-called blacks. I mean, they was beating the crap out of them. You know, this was going on. I mean, this is what's prophesied to happen. You know, so along. I'm just saying. I'm just bringing that out. Along with that going on, this is going on. Along with what's happening on American soil, you know, this is just this is viral. It's a viral energy right now. Ils ont refait le tour. Putain, on est en pleine action. Je suis en état de choc, franchement. I really don't know what they're saying. I don't speak the French language. These dudes is carrying guns. You know, they carrying pistols. They busting off choppers. Look at these dudes. Look at these guys. Look at this shit. Look how this damn thing start off. Look at this, man. It's like a damn movie going on. Like a damn Call of Duty video game. You know? This was being recorded. You know? Saint Apollinaire. So, you know, man, not even gonna go no further, man. You see what it is, man. You know, Lord willing, it's edifying. It's for the elect. All right, again, it's for the elect to wake up and see. You know, because somebody's gonna be like, "Damn, the world's crazy, man." But you know, it is what it is. You know, nah, this is a sign that this is the end. That's what it means, man. You know, the Lord's about to visit this place. All right, Lord willing, we're part of the. You know, we could be that hopeful elect, man. You know, and the Most High deliver us from the set forth time to come. But this is, you know, the bonds of Jacob is going to be broken off, and the society is going to be put down. You know, thus saith the Bible, you know, and he's written testimonies of the prophets, you know, which is the spirit of the prophecy. Is testimony of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. So, you know, that's fully and completely accurate, you know, and we know that's accurate, you know, through faith. And now the evidence is being shown. You know, the evidence is being shown throughout the four corners of the earth through these different news channels, showing you the activity that's going on in the world. These are the highlights, not LeBron James, not any artists. Not, you know, this have taken over the attention of the people. So with that being said, all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah, Akadash. Again, double honors to the apostles of GMS, those who rule well, and special salutations to you fellow laborers out there who is doing the work of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and building up the temple. Shalom.